Greetings from Kaysville, Utah. Today is Wednesday, September 24th, 2025. It's about 3 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time and 74 degrees Fahrenheit. We're here at the Scarecrow Walk, which is located at the Utah State University Botanical Center. So this is for the year 2025. I think I've recorded this to pass. Well, I'm definitely sure I've done it the past 2 years. I can't remember if it was 3 years and this is like the fourth year I've done it, but this is always fun. A lot of Halloween decorations in Utah and other places go up, mostly in October, but this one, a little bit unique. It gets a head start on things for their Scarecrow Walk, and they usually do it in mid-September, and they have various sponsors. And the cool thing about the Scarecrow Walk is it's completely free to attend, and they have it up for like a whole week. So let's go ahead and check out what this year's creative displays look like. I've never been to the launch event, but usually they have like the first day, which I think would have been this past Saturday. Hey there, more scarecrows ahead. I don't know, there's not necessarily like a starting point. You just kind of walk around the full trail until you get to the end, which there's an end point like right over there. So I just usually start going this way, and at least it does start off with Scarecrow number 1 here. But yeah, this past Saturday they would have done like the launch event where they might have had the 5K race and food trucks and various other events. So first one we have here says vote for mayor. Don't forget to vote. Mail-in ballots. That one is by the Kaysville City Youth Council, because each of these scarecrows has a sponsor that plays into like who's in charge of creating the display, and that usually or oftentimes will tie into the theme. I think a new wrinkle this year is that they added a story book walk, so we can try to read that as we go along. The Scarecrow crew at the USU Extension Patch. Once upon a crispy fall day at the extension patch, a row of scarecrows stood proudly in the field. Each one was stitched with care, stuffed with straw, and full of knowledge to share. Let's take a walk and meet the Scarecrow crew. And then as you're walking through, you get to also enjoy the botanical garden. So I hope they continue making this an annual tradition, because it's a blast every time I come through. The one that they do at Thanksgiving Point, you have to pay like about, a little over $20 for each one. The second Scarecrow exhibit here says Cake for Kids. That's the sponsorship. So you have some characters, and this one's holding a cake. Also have the pumpkin guy sitting on the ground next to it. And then the storybook walk. Down the path stands Scarecrow Emma, who always is ready for autumn adventures. And then it goes on. So I don't know if I probably won't necessarily read the whole storybook, but it's pretty cool to highlight that it exists. Let's see what else we have here. Scarecrow number 3. This one's the USU Extension Marketing Department. It's a traditional scarecrow. Also calling itself a master gardener, because that's the type of person that would be taking care of the grounds, like the beautiful area here with the sprinklers going to help provide the water, because you're not getting a ton of water in Utah. Let's see here. I'm not sure. There is something here. I'm not sure if this is a scarecrow display. Let's turn this around. I have a feeling this might say number 4. Yep. So this is a display. USU EFNEP. It's got a lot of colorful spoons, forks, and knives. Which you got to say, of the years I've seen it, I haven't seen a display quite like this that doesn't quite have like some degree of a Halloween or other theme to it. Oh, sprinkler system's getting me all the way over here. But it's talking about scoop up good nutrition, fork full of fuel, slice into health, discover what your utensils can do and such. And sometimes they sprinkle in jokes, like right here it says, why did the Scarecrow win an award? He was outstanding in his field. It's funny. Entry number 5. And by the way, feel free to chime in the comments section, like if there's one that you thought stood out among the crowd. This one is brought to you by Kathy Rolfing, so maybe this is an independent person, and also says it's the Broomer family. You got 3 scarecrows made of brooms, each with their Halloween themed shirts. Actually 4 scarecrows, I missed that one with the broom. And then the little doggy down at the bottom. And they've had some tires that are painted orange to mix in with the theme. Nicely decorated. And then behind us here, Scarecrow number 6 is the Optimal Family Medicine PLC. So you've got your doctor on the left, and I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a patient on the right. Possibly. Looks like we've got a Minecraft display coming up here on the right. Number 7, brought to you by Kays Creek Elementary School. Minecraft potential, crafting possibilities. So you got your various characters and the block-shaped figures, the pigs on the ground. I'll try to comment as I'm going through too, if there's one that I think's taking the lead in my book, or that really stands out. Usually there's a couple or a handful. Number 8 here is the Davis County Library. Interesting, I like how they did the hands and the face. I'm assuming, unless it's a different material, that it's a bunch of paper bags. You get a nice close look at the way they did that effort. That's pretty cool how they were able to do it adds to the texture, and the body looks nice and full as well. So even though it's it doesn't have background scenery, it's simple, to me that stands out pretty good. Very neatly and professionally done almost. Oh, is this Bob Ross? Got a Bob Ross one here. Now, let's see, we've got one of his beautiful, what do you call it? Oh, why am I forgetting the catchphrase? Well, anyway, one of his paintings. This color, various colors, the big paintbrush. Doesn't quite have the eyes, but it has the the hair and a little squirrel chirped up on his shoulder. And cool enough, Bob Ross has, not only is he painting mountains, he's got mountains in the background in real life there too. Makes for a nice backdrop. By the way, if you're watching this video, stay tuned to Poco Traveler. We hope to have a lot of Halloween content for the year 2025, as we usually do. We've got skeleton or displays on both sides. Unfortunately, this one over here, the stake has fallen out of the ground. Sometimes if it's something simple, I would try to fix it, but I don't even know where it was. This one would have been by the Weber Master Gardeners in Ogden Botanical Center. So hopefully, if they're able to come by later in the week, they can fix that one up. Over on the other side, you have the USU Davis County Alumni Chapter. Usually I've seen the alumni chapter in the past all the way by like the parking lot. This is a different location for them, but they have their sports on display. Utah State Gogies, football helmet guy cheering, and then a cow. What's our next joke here? Scarecrows don't eat much. They're already stuffed. You gotta check out the sponsor in this one. Number 13, Weber County Active Master Gardeners. Got a ghost with his sheet. Various pumpkins that are standing up to the left and right. Those are just those like plastic pumpkins. I'm glad I came at this time of day too, because sometimes in the past I've come where certain angles the sun is in the way, but I made sure like around this time of day the sun is directly above us, so it makes it better for the lighting. How do they do that? Do they keep these all together? Trying to see. Oh, they have like a iron rod stuck that probably goes all the way to the ground, and they put holes in the bottom of the pumpkins to help align them, because sometimes stacking pumpkins can really make for a fun decoration for home as well, and relatively cheap and somewhat homemade. Scarecrow number 14 is Wendy Passy, the sponsor. On break back in 15 minutes. That's what the sign says up there. So he's reading various books, some gardening related things, and let's see, there's a little crossword puzzle there that the birds are working on. Birds also checking out Wizard of Oz book. The Caw, Murder Crows, the Raven. It's a nice touch with all the ravens everywhere. Try to get a low angle picture of this one. Don't see the sponsorship circle on this one. It's not hiding in the back. So we'll just have to show it visually. It looks like a witch, one of their frogs, a little doggy, and cat stuffed animal or plush. Probably a case where the sponsor circle was blown away, so I was trying to look around to see if there's something on the ground, but can't find anything nearby. This is the one part of the walk where you get some shade, but we can keep checking in briefly on the storybook. You can see they're already on like page 10 and 11. if I wasn't doing a video, that's where, and I was just like truly walking through, I would, take more time probably and just quickly read it myself, but trying to keep the focus on the Scarecrows. Learn, share, and grow. This is the USU BC area again. In the past, I feel like there's been about 30 or so Scarecrows. Oh, and I can already tell this might be my early favorite, even without even being up to it yet. You've got a baseball scene here. Extra relevant because I'm Cleveland Guardians, our hometown favorite team, is having an incredible stretch to try to make the postseason. This is sponsored by the Nimbus Athletics, number 17. You've got the umpire there, the catcher with all the equipment. The batter has a couple of bones stitched together for the bat. You've got the home plate, and then the pitcher with their glove on. Even has the baseball cleats, and then some all like various hands sticking out of the ground. The field of screams. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take some more pictures and footage of this one. I was just about to go off, and I want to show you just a little extra bit of the commitment to these decorations. So if we go around, the baseball that they have is, they actually have the pumpkin in there simulating the baseball. And then if you go around to the umpire's back area, he's got his little bag of balls or mini pumpkins to toss back to the pitcher, and all the equipment is there, and there's little spiders, and the whole thing's just really cool. A+. I mean, that is, again, I always say this every year, major credit to all the people who do the Scarecrow displays, and we'll see if there's any that compete with that in my book, but for now that's my top one. So the storybook walk ends here. It says thanks for reading, so an extra touch that they've done. But that's not the end of the Scarecrow displays. They continue. This is pretty much like the halfway point of the Scarecrows on the trail. Looks like they have a couple portable potties here I haven't seen in the past. It might have been for the event they had the other day, but it looks like they're still open, along with a hand sanitation station. Number 18 is Harvest Your Future with Golden West Credit Union. They've got this, just a simple scarecrow with a few pumpkins and greenery. Sorry, I'm also trying to multitask and take pictures and small clips on my phone for a short that I can upload later, because sometimes in the past I've done this video going once all the way around, and then I come back and do it a second walk. But if I'm able to, doing it all at once works nicely. So one little change is, typically in the past there's about 3 or 4 Scarecrow displays right here on the left side, as well as 1 or 2 more on the right. But right now there are none. Well, I should say right now, I guess this year there are none that are located here. So We'll see if that impacts the total number of displays. Yeah, usually over here on the left, over the past couple of years, there's been one that's usually pretty creative, related to the subject of math and kids. And I think there was also Smith's grocery store did one that I really loved last year. You never know. Some of the sponsors may not repeat for an additional year. Number 19 here looks like he's fallen down a little bit. Discover Davis. Yeah, I assume he's supposed to be standing. You can see he's propped up out of the ground. It's not the most amount of wind in Utah much of these days, but sometimes stuff still gets pushed or blown around. But here's a detailed one. J&J Cemetery, brought to you by J&J Nursery, and they usually do a good one every year, but I think they specialize in either nursery or this type of stuff. I mean, I love the baseball one because of the theme, but this one is like outstanding too. If I had to like weigh between these two, I'd have to really think about it. This one also includes the nice backdrop of the mountains. If we go up close, you have the dirt, you have the coffin that's been pried off, the various skeletons that are in there. That one has its head submerged. The small skeletons. These trees are ones that are just like planted. They're not normally here, so this is part of the display. Like, this is the type of thing you would expect to see in someone's front yard and be like, oh wow, this is a cool, unique display. And they do a great job every year just for their Scarecrow display alone. So to me, I don't know what they sell at their actual place, but if I wasn't interested in this type of stuff, this would be something that draws me to their business easily. And even though I didn't mention it, look at that, they're having the bubble bath. With all the little eyes and bubbles in it. Across the way, there's a little bridge or tunnel that goes underneath, and small park across the way. Now back to the Scarecrows here. Number 21, My Equine Connection. So I assume something with horses. It says therapeutic riding. That's number 21. You got the horse on the stilts. Number 22 is brought to you by the Utah Farm Bureau. Got the little John Deere tractor and some facts sprinkled about, like Utah Farm Bureau has more than 36,000 members. As you know, Utah Farm Bureau is the largest general agriculture organization in the state. Top 3 agricultural products in each county. So Davis County, I don't know, it doesn't, I thought it was going to say in each county, but it's not quite showing which. Oh, I guess at the top part it is. So Davis, if we look right, where the heck is Davis? Oh, Sandwich tiny. It's not that tiny, is it? They're making it look like it's cattle and vegetables. I guess the other ones are just like spaced far. Davis has a good concentration. That's where Kaysville is located, in Davis County. Number 23, brought to you by the Kaysville 3rd Ward Gals. Simple scarecrow with a dress on. We got some more signage along the street talking about Scare with Us. And it looks like there's even a Scarecrow display over there trying to promote the Scarecrow Walk. I assume that's not one of the entries though. Number 24, Empowering Financial Wellness. Looks like kind of the way they're dressed the olden times. Number 25 here. Looks like two skeletons are embracing each other. It's the Lehman family. Oh my god. Well, now I see what it is. They're doing a play on the Coldplay Kiss Cam. CEO and the HR. One of the bigger stories this year. And then there's the Autumn Play Kiss Cam. That's like in the past years, you've had some people play on the Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift thing. That got a nice little chuckle out of me. Next one, number 26, is the Utah Foster Care Foundation, Northern Utah office. Their world changes when someone shows up. You can be that someone, and that's what trying to spread that message. And then the final home stretch. This is like the last, if you're making like a big square around the perimeter, this is the final part of that. Starting with number 27, Central 3 CTC Prevention Coalition. Communities that care. I see a sign for Zumba over here. Number 28, PARC, Empowering People with Disabilities Through Employment. You got the one person with the walker, the wheelchair. And then we've probably got about maybe 5 or 6 more coming up. Number 33, what? Didn't we just jump? Hold on a second, what was that previous one? Yeah, 28. Well, we jumped to 33, Ember Services. Don't think I skipped any, but we'll see. Maybe for whatever reason the last one was numbered here. Like maybe this one up here will be 32. Or 30. Okay, so we're just for whatever reason not in order on this stretch. USU Extension Davis. A little gardening and promoting of some upcoming events. Scarecrows are always out guarding their patch. Always like seeing a bicycle scarecrow display. Number 31. Brought to you by the Continue mission. I assume this skeleton is probably a little more propped up, but you can still tell he's riding the bike. And he's got dragging his wagon full of little skeletons and an even littler skeleton. No veteran left behind. All branches, all eras, all abilities. Number 32, the Moms Club, Weaver Davis County. Let's see some of the detail here. You got your diaper bags. I'm well too familiar with that, the little kid there. This one up against the fence, I assume they're playing like a hide and seek thing. Two more to go. Plus a joke. Let's see here. This one says, "What's a scarecrow's favorite item of clothing? A crop top." This one's sort of like a Candyland theme. Spotting the number, there it is, 35. It's Fruit Heights City, so that's one of the nearby cities in Davis County. So pretty cool. You got the various characters, gingerbread house, the witch sitting in the chair, and they're promoting, frisbees leading up to it that are colorful, and all the other colorful things. They're promoting their Fable Forest, a family-friendly fairy tale haunt, August or October 24th, 25th. Sounds kind of interesting. I'm gonna see what that's about, if there's admission or not. And then last but not least, you have a Flintstones exhibit. I saw this one as I was driving up since I parked nearby. Number 29, last but not least, brought to you by USU Kaysville. So the heads are just cutouts, but they at least have the garments of the Flintstones and the Flintstones vehicle. Yabba dabba doo, your degree at USU Kaysville. Alright, and that will do it for the 2025 display of Halloween Scarecrows. Feel free to tell us in the comments which one was your favorite. I probably would go with the baseball one as my top one, even though, if you're the J&J Nursery person, you might be like, what the heck, we did a perfect display, and it is, but it's like, I also think about, okay, the theme, and I'm a baseball fan, so that plays into it. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next time. Happy Halloween, everyone.